When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Well, how many stories have we heard about people who are trying to pitch in, they're trying to help, they're trying to work in this crisis, in our seniors' homes, in our hospitals. You know, government of Quebec set up a website, in fact, for that purpose, to contribute in a time of crisis. But we keep hearing stories of people that aren't getting the call back or are unable to work in Quebec for some other reason. Heck, even the former president of Doctors Without Borders is having trouble pitching in and helping out the Quebec government. Let's meet a couple here now that are running into some roadblocks. Joining me on the line, Andrée-Anne Racine and Luc Maes. Is that, how do I say your last name, Luc?
Maes.
Maes, great.
Luc Maes.
So, guys, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Okay, so first things first, Luc, I just want to let you know I got a little soft spot for you because you're from Australia, correct?
Yes.
And all of my family, my mom's side of my family is in Australia, so I'm a big fan of Australia. First off,
okay, thanks. Yep.
Am I right in assuming that you guys met in Australia and then moved here? What's your story as a couple?
We both have worked with MSF.
Doctors Without Borders.
Yep. So we actually met in Gaza about 2 years ago in Palestine.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess since you've both worked with Doctors Without Borders, hearing the story about Joanne Liu is especially resonating with you, I guess. Can you tell me, and I'll start with you, Andrée-Anne, just how, what your current position is and how you want to help and some of the difficulties you're having?
Yes, I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 11 years, including with Doctors Without Borders. Mm-hmm. And here I've done critical care, OR internationally as well, where I met Luc. And we ended up moving here and buying a house here. And we've been facing, some challenges, as you mentioned before, in order to get a response to contribute to the crisis. I ended up reaching out yesterday directly to a CHSLD near where we live to ask, and I spoke to the nurse in charge there, and I ended up have a placement for myself, but we are really looking to have Luc contribute to this crisis as well, and this is just not happening for now. The administrative side of things is getting in the way of getting things done, and this is what happened to Dr. Liu as well, I believe.
Luc, what are those administrative challenges?
I'll just add to what Andrée-Anne was telling you. Like, the reason she actually got something was because she skipped the process that they've set up, and she contacted the CLSD directly. So the process they've set up, it doesn't seem to be working because a lot of our friends just aren't getting called back, whereas Andrée-Anne just took the initiative and just called our CLSD that she saw that there were a lot of cases, so she just called them directly and they were good and got back to us.
Now, could you go to that same CHSLD, or is there another roadblock in it for you?
The roadblock for me is more that, like, about 18 months ago I started, because my background is, like, I've got about 16 years in emergency nursing as well as remote nursing and with MSF. So about 18 months ago I started the process with the nursing board here, and they, about 10 months ago, recognised all of my degrees and my specialty in emergency. And all I have to do is a 30-day placement with a hospital. And for the last 10 months, I've literally contacted every hospital in Montreal, even some Indigenous communities. And literally I just get passed on the HR and then nothing. I've even had job offers, but they're only interested after I do the placement, but no one's willing to do this placement because they have to fill out certain paperwork and tick off things.
Oh, my God.
And even with the COVID-19 response...
They'll give you the job. Luc, just I want to get back on that. They'll give you the job. They just won't give you the placement so you can get the job. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Absolutely, yes.
Because I think it involves certain work. And so some of the hospitals have just said, call us back after the COVID-19 response and we might give you a placement. And I'm like, but the reason I'm more anxious now is because I'm like, well, there's a need now that we need to actually help because, there's a lot of people dying. And even if I'm working in a nursing home, like this is where the help is really needed. But I can't actually do that until I do these 30 days is the problem.
On the line with us right now, Andrée-Anne Racine and Luc Maes. They're a couple here in Montreal. Luc is originally from Australia. Both moved here. They've set up their home life here. We have some good news, Andrée-Anne, at least that you got some news in a placement yesterday. Can I just, when you guys were making the decision of where to live and say, okay, here's where we want to build ourselves a family and just start our lives here. Did you have hesitation about Quebec because of some of those hurdles? Like, did you know that some of the bureaucracy was going to get in the way? Did you have any indication of that even before?
Not as much as we are currently facing now. We expected some difficulty with the level of French that Luc has, even if he's been trying to improve it. But I didn't know there's enough of an English-speaking community in Montreal for him to have work. I find this is ridiculous. And yes, I'm surprised that it has such a big impact. I think the language doesn't help, and I was not expecting that.
And for me, the choice was obvious. Like, I don't know, like we've got a little boy now, and the reason I could easily go back home and work and earn a really good wage in Australia, but for me, like, my little boy was born here, and I want him to understand his culture and language. So that's why we're pushing through, and we want to, I don't know, for us, this is our home. Like, it was an easy choice for me to stay here.
But it must be frustrating that it seems like the only way to get results right now sometimes is to have a stink raised in media, right? Like, that's got to be frustrating. And, you're on an English radio station right now. Our listeners are probably pulling out their hair because they know about all of the institutions, English institutions that need help right now and have primarily English residents. And, of course, I would imagine your French is probably pretty good for someone who moved from Australia as well. So what's next for you guys? What's next for you, Luc? How do you fix this?
Well, I mean, we're just still contacting hospitals, like, literally every day. Like, we're sort of just trying to, want for a better word, I would say harass them. Like, just keep pushing HR, trying to, I'm even, like, essentially we're just trying to contact as many people as we can, also reaching out to people like yourself. So I feel like there's a lot of people in the same situation as me that sort of fallen through the cracks, like highly qualified people. I mean, the frustrating thing for me is also that, sorry, my baby's crying.
That's okay.
Like, the IRQ has actually recognized, hang on, I'll just
That's okay. But we love this. It's live. It's great radio. Don't worry.
The frustrating thing for me is that I'd understand if they hadn't recognized my qualifications, but the fact that I've gone through the process and they said, it's all recognized, we know you're an emergency nurse, and they look at my work history and they're happy with this. So they're happy with everything, but then there's this red tape that I'm stuck in. And for me, if there's like an international crisis, there's no reason to But they need to act,
absolutely.
Sit on their hands.
Luc, absolutely. Andrée-Anne, I'll leave with a thought from you here because, sometimes as an Anglophone, we sometimes get, on the Anglophone side, we sometimes get frustrated by language roadblocks, stopping really qualified good people from making a life for themselves here in the province as a Francophone and with, married to an Australian. What can you add to that?
I mean, I feel sorry. I think Quebec, for bad reasons, is just driving their people from really qualified nurses, as you said, and I think something needs to be done. There are a lot of thinkers in this crisis, but not enough of doers, and they need to facilitate the process for people like Luc, and we also had a lot of people reaching out to us in the same situation. Recrutement Santé Québec, which are supposed to help healthcare professionals get placement here, they only work with French-speaking hospitals. And we've reached out to them with no positive response. So something needs to be done, and it needs to be done at a high level so that it can be done quickly. But it gives me hope when I see that Dr. Liu was finally hired.
Yeah, that's right.
It's beyond ridiculous. I mean, I've met her personally before, and she seems like a very down-to-earth woman, someone who's ready to work hard. and they need to get these people. Luke is one of them as well, and we just hope that things will move positively forward, and we can both contribute.
Andrée-Anne, Luke, keep up the good fight. Don't you leave Quebec. We need you, man. We need you. You're the future here, and don't just keep up that fight. I've gotten some text messages here. I'll try and pass one along through my producer to you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
And for anyone else there, if you have a place for Luke to go work, give me a text 514-800, and we'll try and make that happen. Thanks, guys. Be well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
There's Andrée-Anne Racine and Luke Maes, and they're trying to help in this time of crisis.